So, Bill, let's talk about the mask mandates going away.
Okay. That's not the biggest story of the week, though.
Okay. Well, I want to start there, and you'll see my...
But I know. You can start wherever you want. It's your show.
I know.
You're
right.
a successful guy.
Uh-huh.
All right, mask mandates. So this is my question, and I am an inquisitive, simple man. So Joe Biden comes out, the president says, and he's asked, what do you think about the masks? Are people wearing masks? He goes, it should be up to them. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
It should be up to them. I mean, if they want to, they can't, they don't. And then 24 hours later, the Justice Department, under his orders, appeals, spending millions and millions of taxpayer dollars, the federal judge's ruling, knocking out the mask mandates on public transportation. So I'm saying, a simple man, wait a minute. If Biden just said it should be up to the person, that is optional, why is he spending tens of millions of dollars appealing this ruling? Any of you guys have an answer for that?
No, but it leads me to another question on this, and that is that what you were mad about when you were at the airport?
I knew you were just trying to get there, Beck. I just knew. This whole thing is a ruse. It's a facade.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Get a pen and a pad.
Okay.
Here it is.
All right.
7 a.m. flight, JFK, Turks Caicos.
Yeah.
Airtime, 3 hours, 15 minutes. Supposed to arrive at around 10:20 in the islands.
Okay, hang on just a second. I think you had the sympathy of the American people.
Turks and Caicos.
Yes, you did. All right, go ahead.
So I'm just trying to go on a little vacation.
Yeah.
A little break.
Sure.
That's all I want. Paid my money. All right. You got to get to the airport 2 hours ahead for international flights.
Right. So you're there at 5.
So 7 a.m. flight, but you got to be there at 5.
Yeah.
Okay. I arrived a little bit late, but not too much. All right. I'm trying to be a good guy, good consumer. I walk through the security, try to get in. They put me against the wall, spread, all of that. But I finally arrive at the gate, and it says on time. JetBlue on time. Yes. 5 hours later, no. And so I'm sitting there, about 100 people, and they know me. And then people are coming up with kids and them, and like, what's going on? Can you find out what's going on? Because the JetBlue gate people wouldn't tell anybody. They kept moving the flight back and back and back and back. All right. Finally, after 3 hours and 20 minutes, I get up, all right, and I walk over to inquire. I said, can I speak to the supervisor? Supervisor comes out. I said, look, it's 3 hours and 20 minutes, all right? We got to know, are you going to take off or not? Meanwhile, Delta, flying the same route, takes off on time. Okay? So JetBlue is going, well, the weather. I said, no. There's no weather. It's nice here. It's nice in the Turks Caicos, and your competition took off at 11 o'clock. All right? It flew the route. So anyway, the guy gets what? In my opinion, my humble opinion, he gives me an attitude. And then it degenerated from there. I say I was wrong using bad language, and I used a little bad language, not a lot, but a little. But whenever you do that, you lose. Even if your anger is righteous, as mine was, righteous anger. And everybody else there, I thought it was going to be a riot at one point. Now, I had immediately my staff research JetBlue for that day, April 3rd, okay? 76% of their flights were either canceled or delayed. 76%. So I did a little bit more investigating. You know why the plane didn't take off? They didn't have a pilot. So word got back to them that there was O'Reilly's a little teed off. They call a pilot at home in New York. He gets in the car. It's his day off. He drives in. He shows up 5 hours and 15 minutes late, and he tells the people they dragged me in on my day off. That's what he says. Okay? Now, it's now 7 hours. 5 hour and 15 minute delay, and you're there 2 hours ahead of time. finally the thing takes off. I do even more research. I find out that on their whole system, they don't have enough pilots or flight crews to put the planes in the air, yet they still schedule the flights, Beck. And I think everybody in the country, and this isn't just happening at JetBlue, it's happening at Alaska Airways and others. And the Boston Globe, the only one that did an expose, because there's a big hub there in Boston at Logan. And Tuesday of this week, more than 50% of this week, even after all of this, more than 50% of JetBlue flights were either canceled or delayed. Do you get the feeling that this is out of control? Let's take it a step further. Who's in charge of JetBlue? The Department of Transportation. Who is the Secretary of Transportation? Might that be Pete Buttigieg? Is he still on maternity leave? I don't know. Okay? I don't know. There's not an airport near South Bend of any note. The Department of Transportation today could fine JetBlue amazing amount of money. But Buttigieg doesn't do jack. And this has been going on for months. Do you hear it? I'm a little righteous angry now. I'm getting a little...
No, I know.
Okay?
Wait until you see I brought that poor guy out. I'm going to bring him out in a minute.
Yeah, okay, sure. It's not about me. This is about fraud and the inducement. Millions and millions of Americans are paying their money to these airlines with the expectation they're going to get to where they want to go. College kids, families on spring break, Easter break, stranded for sometimes days. And nobody in the Biden administration is doing anything about it. Nobody. I have contacted the Easter Bunny to tell the president, you got to solve this thing.
You know,
that's what happened.
When you sucked all the fun out of my question, you really did.
I knew it. See, I had a legitimate, righteous anger, and so does everybody else.
Thanks for wrecking it for me.
I know you wanted to have some fun at my expense today, and I'm sorry to ruin your fun.
Yeah.
But this is a serious problem for all Americans. It's a direct problem that causes suffering for millions of people. Have you heard this reported on
never.
BBC? Okay.
No.
Why? Why do you think it hasn't been reported?
Probably for not another problem for the administration.
No. The airline companies take a massive amount of advertisements on the network news. All right? That's why. The corrupt corporate media will not report it because the ad revenue from the airlines is significant. Second thing, when you saw the dopey tape on the smear sites, was there any context of what I just said? Did you see any context there at all?
Well, no. I know you, so I know context.
Okay, but you didn't see any, did you?
No, yeah, but I know you're a hothead, so...
All right, but that's part of my charm.
Oh, yes.
I tell everybody, I tell my audience, particularly younger people, if you use bad language, as I did, then your righteousness declines.
Yeah, you lose.
Right? That is a bad thing to do.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry I used that language, but I'm not sorry that I got angry because it was righteous anger.